It's King Midas, and we are back for the ending of this ring review segment. And we are here at the Detroit Coffee Lodge. Now, this place has the King Midas Golden Seal of Approval. And that means this is the #1 coffee house to be at in the city of Detroit. So if you're not coming down,
You missing?
you ain't golden. Nah, we are here with Jontae Kieth.
What's good, my boy?
What's up, man?
Man,
Always good chopping it up with you.
Absolutely, bro. You know I got love for you. For sure.
See now let's start this off on business because as you know, I am King Midas, the manager of champions, maker of documentaries, and 2024's manager of the year. Now,
That's what's up.
you just won the interstate championship at SCW. Now, as the Golden Empire, we love taking gold because we don't care who you are or where you're from. If you got the gold, we want it. But you're a special situation because we chop it up so much. You are a cool dude, and you know what? If you ever need help anywhere, anytime, the Golden Empire is going to have your back. But if one of us wants that title, we can do business. You feel me?
We could do business. We could do business.
Hey, now that we got that out the way, now that we got business out the way.
We could do business for sure. Absolutely. Because you a businessman, I'm a businessman.
Of course.
Like, absolutely.
Nah,
I don't think the indies can handle no shit like that.
Nah, because see, we think alike. You know, we both agree that, you know, entertainment is key.
Yeah, for sure.
Entertainment is key. The presentation is key.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that goes in between. We don't care about, you know, the beefs that's going on. I just care about championship gold. I don't know. That's all the Golden Empire cares about. We don't care about beefs between promotions. None of that.
Folks been beefing with me since I've been alive in this business, bro. Like ever since I've been 18. You know what I'm saying? It's just been that. You know what I mean? And
like, how do you deal with that, you know, coming up? Because it had to have been tough, you know, being you were still, you know, a teenager at the time.
Bro, fast, because I had grown men hating on me. So that in itself is like, damn, what the hell I do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got grown folks mad at me for something I ain't even do for real. But it's bitterness on their part, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the folks that got mad at me was bitter because certain things didn't happen in their career.
Right.
That happened with me. And they like, so who is this kid? That kid? You know what I mean? It's a lot to go into it, for sure. But and then I'm black. You know what I mean? So,
you know, as much as a lot of people like to say that doesn't play a issue in things, it does. That is, we get looked at differently because of, you know.
If we being 100, the industry that we're in is a white boy's industry in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they look at us and be like, how dare you be better than me at something? How dare you? You know what I'm saying? How? Like, what makes you think okay, so they gotta put a stop to something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everything that we do, we take over.
Yeah,
literally everything, bro.
Exactly. That's what the Golden Empire is all about. We love taking over. But the other aspect of King Midas that some people don't realize is King Midas is a benevolent ruler.
For sure.
While I do have, you know, my faction, the Golden Empire, we got TJK, we got 24K.
You got like Wu-Tang right
now. Yeah, you know, we out there.
I love it, man.
And there's also more to come. We just not saying who else we have as part of the Golden Empire. But I want to put eyes on this business, on this industry, on Michigan independent wrestling. And that is why King Midas is making the documentary Now That's Wrestling.
Yeah.
Because I want to put more eyes on people like you and titles like this and promotions like SCW, like Chaos, like FU, like everywhere. I don't care about any of that stuff. The only thing I care about is us.
Can I say this though? Just off the love, you know what I'm saying? Cause I gotta be real with you. You my boy. a lot of these promotions, they say they want that, and then when they get that, that's when the BS come. You know what I'm saying? Because people that you thought that you was cool with, you was working with them, and it was all love. You were like, yo, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna make this about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is to get everybody on the same page. But as soon as you are on the same page, they'll make you think they're on the same page with you just so they can, you know, F you over in the end of it, bro. Like, that's what I was talking about before. And I'm a firm believer, like I really do believe this, that you can't work with everybody.
This is true.
You can't, everybody can't come.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you trying to do something, here comes somebody else like, well, you know, if I could add on nah, it's not even about that. And half the people that claim that they want that type of change really fear that for real. I mean, I've been wrestling since like 2010, and this is the most I've seen black folks in the wrestling industry like this, like a lot.
This is true.
It was like 7 black people wrestling when I started wrestling, and I was one of the 7.
and one of the things, you know, I looked at coming into all of this, so that I can make a difference. I looked at, you know, all the best, you know, the top managers, right? Yeah,
you a dog ass manager.
And there was really only one black manager on that list of top 10.
Who was that?
And that was a slick. With oh boy, he was with Akeem.
I probably by face I probably know him.
But that he was really like the only one.
Okay.
But of course we know like Teddy Long. Actually, he was the other on that list too, because you can't forget Teddy Long.
Yeah, for sure. And Teddy kept it real too.
Yes.
I like Teddy because I remember when I first met him back in 2017 in Indiana. He was real as hell, man. He was a real one. I think he was in there for like a general manager spot. You know what I'm saying? Because of course you're gonna bring Teddy for the GM spot.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and at Cass. He looked at me and Cass and was like, "Oh, okay. So what y'all about to do?" He was like, "Y'all a tag team, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he gave us some advice, just some like not wrestling advice, brother advice that only we can understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he kept it real too about Ole Anderson.
Yeah.
And how he was acting backstage and stuff like that. So he kind of like got his hip to like how these folks be acting backstage, and they'll sit here and say like little things to you, acting like they're friends with you. And now they'll say things in a racist way.
Yeah.
Just so they could be like, oh well, my friend's black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that type of thing.
I want to ask you this, because as we're talking about some of the legends in this business, I want to get your perspective or your thoughts on this. How does it feel being on this side of things, almost on the same level with some of your legends, in some cases, you know, of just being, you know, a wrestler in this business? And having gone through that process and understanding them and meeting them and working with them, the people that you watched as a kid. Because recently, you know, when we were in Cleveland for SummerSlam, the Ring Review got an opportunity to, you know, chop it up with the Godfather Charles, right? You know, Uncle Charles.
Uncle Charles.
And we learned we got to hear about the business from someone that we watched as a kid. And it was kind of like that balance of, I don't want to freak out, but I'm kind of freaking out, but you just want to maintain that baseline.
I'm glad you mentioned that though, bro, because that's a thing that folks in the business kind of like, they don't really know how to handle that. And I always say like, bro, don't be so fanned out. Because you'll notice how, you know what I'm saying, that the veterans and the people that we end up liking, and the legends and stuff like that, they're more like regular people than they are.
Exactly.
They just want to chill like everybody else. If you talk to them like a regular human being and you don't be all like, oh my God, I saw you on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I saw you on Raw yesterday. And then, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, okay, they'll rock with that. But you can't be all in their face and trying to get different. They'll give you the advice. Like how we're talking right now, like how I can learn something from you, and you could probably learn something from me or whatever, just off
Always,
casual conversation.
yes.
That's exactly how it is when you meet them. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to go in there and be all fanned out and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say I wasn't ever fanned out and stuff like that. I had to beat that out of me.
Right.
'Cause I remember I was on a show with Rikishi in like 2015. My man's was like, yo, remember the routine I used to do with Scotty Too Hotty in there?
Yeah.
Hit the worm. He let me hit the worm.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, I can't mess this up, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't mess the worm up, but
Right.
it's that stuff that you go through in your head. But it's just like, man, it's just like, yo, like go out there and perform. Like look
Right,
at cuz like a
right.
coworker. He like go out there and do what you do. And that's how I had to look at it with not just him, but with everybody.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
definitely feel that. But yo, it was great talking to you today here at the
Always.
Detroit Coffee Lodge. Again, I am King Midas. This is Jontae Kieth, interstate champion for Superior Championship Wrestling. And this was the Ring Review. Stay golden, and we'll catch you next time.